Hi Pisces, welcome. This is Taurus Tarot, and we're doing an energy reading for the first 2 weeks of December, December 1st to the 15th. And so we're just tapping in to see what the energy is for Pisces, December 1st to the 15th. Oops. Alrighty. Got some cards flipping over already. But some things that I was already feeling was just kind of this energy of changing perspective, of like really like looking at things in a new way. And when you look at things in a new way, it kind of opens up an entirely new world for you. It kind of allows you to see things that you never quite knew existed, sort of. It allows you to see a lot more beauty than what you were previously seeing, because you were really choosing to see things from the perspective that you've always viewed them. And so I'm feeling like there's this new perspective that is kind of coming in for you. Or not necessarily a new perspective, but an ability to view things from a new perspective, right? An ability to see, to ask yourself, is there another way to see this situation? Yeah, that brings more love and light and beauty. You know, instead of viewing it from kind of like, you know, a negative perspective, you are gaining this this new skill of looking at, of being able to question the way you're looking at things, and question whether there's another way to look at it. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. Yeah. Okay. So again, the energy for Pisces, December 1st to the 15th. I just want to get a few more cards. The energy for Pisces, December 1st to the 15th. What is this new energy that's present for December 1st to the 15th? Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so we do have the High Priestess, and this is you really tapping in. This is you connecting to source. This is you connecting to the all that is. This is you understanding that there's something bigger than what you thought. There's something bigger than what you thought. Yeah. This is you understanding that there's really more to life than meets the eye, than what you ever thought. This is you looking behind the veil to see this entirely new world that you never knew existed. That's what this is. But it is taking some questioning of dogma. You know, it is taking some ability on your part to see things in a different way, right? To see the things the way you've always operated, the way the lens through which you've always viewed things. It's really taking a closer look at that lens and asking yourself, what is that lens? You know, what is it that that causes me to see things in a certain way, in a certain light, as opposed to some other light, right? Like, what is it that you know, someone bumps into me at the supermarket and I get extremely offended or upset by it? What is it that causes me to see it in that way, as an offense, right? What is it, right? And is there a different way of looking at it? Is there a different way of seeing it? Yeah. It is like this energy of victim mentality. I heard woe is me, right? This energy of victim mentality of like, I'm, you know, being left out in the cold by others, right? And almost like blaming others for my injuries or my poverty or my whatever state I'm in that I don't like, blaming others for it. It was somebody else that did it, right? Like I'm angry because you bumped into me, you know? I'm angry because your cart tapped me while I was in line at the supermarket, right? That's why I'm angry. It's because of you. But this is something very different. This here is something very, very different. This is about asking yourself, why did that trigger this response in me? Why did someone bumping into me in the supermarket trigger this response of anger and irritation, right? And instead of like putting it all on the other person as causing it, you are now able to kind of take a step back and understand that you don't have control over other people and how other people act or behave or what they say or what they do. The only thing that you truly have control over is your own response to it, right? And you can react or you can respond. And reaction is getting upset, getting frustrated, getting angry with other people for their actions. And responding is taking a step back, looking at the situation, you know, from a detached perspective, right? A perspective that is detached from any kind of emotion and seeing it for what it is, you know? Somebody bumped into you. Maybe their mind was somewhere else. Maybe they were focused on whether their credit card was going to clear in order to pay for their groceries, you know? And so, so they weren't being so mindful of the positioning of their cart and how close it was to you, you know? And maybe, and this is like when you take a step back from it, you're able to see that they weren't trying to be offensive to you. They weren't trying to cause a reaction with you. They were consumed in their own needs, you know, or their own lack of mindfulness or whatever it was. And things that have nothing to do with you, yet you make it about you. Yeah. But this energy here, that was that, right? Things that have nothing to do with you, you making it about you, right? Victim mentality, blaming others. But this energy is something completely different. This is you stepping into connection, stepping into being connected to source and understanding that we all are one. And there really can be no such thing as, or not that there can't be any such thing, but this victim mentality is you making yourself the victim. It's not somebody else making you the victim. Yeah. And this is you understanding that. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. And this just, for me, further clarifies, you know, I wanted a couple more cards, and these popped out. And for me, this is just clarifying how you really have different ways to view things. You know, you can view things from a perspective of abundance, right? Of you having everything you need. You are not a victim. Everything you need, you have. Everything you need, you will always have. You have now and you will always have, right? That's a perspective of abundance. When you're in this energy of abundance, it doesn't matter who bumps into you or who, you know, runs over your toe with their cart, or who, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. If somebody says something that might be considered inappropriate or unfriendly or whatever, it doesn't matter. None of that matters in this energy, because this is an energy of, I have everything I need because I am everything I need. Yeah. Whatever I need, I have it within myself, and I can find it within myself. And if I'm reacting to something, if something triggers some kind of negative reaction in me, I know that I have the power to change that. I can change that reaction. I can respond instead. You know, I can say, oh, excuse me, could you move back a little bit because your cart is bumping into me, you know? And for all you know, that person's gonna say, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize, I was thinking about something else, or I was distracted with something else, you know? And then it's like this wonderful confirmation that, you know, that those negative things you were thinking, like this person has no respect for personal space, or blah, 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 right? And it's just like this confirmation that all of those negative things that you were thinking, they didn't need to be, you know? They were all something that you were conjuring up in your head. Yeah. I mean, and life is really about the story that you tell. I mean, I cannot emphasize that enough. It really is. And just as I said that I saw 1111, but it really is. Life is about the story that you tell. It's about the lens through which you look through things, you know, and you really do have a choice of what kind of story you tell. You know, you can tell a story of mischievousness, sneakiness, somebody trying to steal something from you, or pull a fast one on you, or pull the covers over your head, or you know, you can tell that kind of story, right? You can live life through that perspective, or you can live life through this perspective of abundance. Yeah, and this is just kind of showing an example of that, but this here is what really is absolutely speaking of it. Yeah, because the Hierophant for me is really this card of dogma. It's like of thinking in certain ways because that's the way you were told to think, or that's the way you were taught to think, or that's the thing that you were taught to believe or told to believe. And, you know, what you were told to believe, that you are victim to others' actions, you know, but you're not. You certainly, most definitely are not. This is you. This is you, Pisces. And Pisces, you are very connected. You are very connected. And it's almost like surrendering to it, you know, allowing it. This is you. This is you really being able to recognize when you're taking a perspective of lack, right? Instead of a perspective of abundance. And it's all within your power. You know, it's the story that you tell yourself is what becomes your reality. The story you tell yourself is what becomes your reality. So are you telling yourself a story of victimhood and people causing, you know, mischievousness, or people trying to take advantage of you, or stealing from you, or being sly with you? Are you telling that story? You know, that other people have the control over you to make you a victim? Or are you telling yourself the story of abundance? Of you have every single thing you need within yourself to bring this feeling of abundance into your reality. Because it really is all up to you and the perspective that you take. But, you know, the great thing is, Pisces, I really do feel, I really, really strongly feel for you that you are learning that. You are really, really learning that. And now it's a time of like integrating it. It's like you understood it intellectually, and now it's like integrating it into your reality. Into your reality. Yeah, it's not intellectual anymore. It's built in now. You're building it in to your actual operations of life. Yeah. So really good, positive thing. Very good, positive thing. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? It's about growth. It's about evolution. You know, everything on the planet evolves, right? And, you know, we can make a choice of evolving for the greater or the lesser. And, you know, it's really up to us individually. It really is. It's not, we don't have to wait for government or, you know, or rules or, you know, culture or society to bring about the change. It really is us as individuals who are able to tap into our higher selves that shift the paradigm, that shift the culture, that create the new rules, right? That create the new reality. It is us on an individual level. And when we shift our own consciousness and we tap in and we become aware, that energy, that vibrate, we're raising our vibration, and that raised vibration is what we're putting out there into the collective. Yeah, that's what we're contributing to the collective. And in that sense, we're raising the vibration of the collective. We're doing, you know, more than you could ever do as a politician or, you know, a rule maker or a teacher or whoever, right? A pastor or whatever. When you are raising your own vibration, that's more than you could ever do as your role in society. So something to think about, really, something to think about. Yeah, so that is the energy for you, December 1st to the 15th, Pisces. You know, again, it is a general reading. If you would like something personal, you can contact me at Taurus Tours Tarot, and you know, we can work something out. Alrighty, aloha, I love you, and namaste.